All right, lots of big changes coming to Ocean City for this year, 2021. 2020 was a pretty rough year for here, between all the COVID stuff and everything else. But this is the first one. This is Coastal Smokehouse. It's the old Hooters that was there. They're out of business now. And then Coastal Smokehouse went in. They just opened, I think, 2 weeks ago. Designing place? All right, this one is next to Waterman's. It's not a restaurant, but we're trying to figure out what it used to be. I can't remember. It was next to the Monkey's Trunk, the thrift shop. What's the sign say? Oh. Crazy Ladies. That used to be right there. They went out of business. And then the other restaurant that went in next to it is right there is it was Alex's, the Italian restaurant, and now it's Mulligan's. I don't know that all the info on everything about it. It's just sort of from what I remember reading, but apparently Mulligan's was in Ocean City before, and then he closed or retired or something like that, and then he came into Ocean City again to put in Mulligan's again. So this was the old, I think it was like Alex's Trattoria. What is it? Local microbrews, arcade games, shuffleboard. I think it was sort of one of the, like, if you're familiar with Alley Oops, it was one of those like theme type game restaurants. All right, the next one, Doe Roller. This is the West Ocean City location. There's 50 Royal Farms, all tackles across the street. The new Bad Monkey is right there. This one just shut down, I think last week, as of filming this. I think this one is the most sad. It used to be the old Applebee's. They went out of business, and then the Doe Roller went in, I think in like end of like 2019 or something, and then they just shut down. And they said it was because of the COVID stuff, which was sad because they were really trying to push this location, and they actually, it was really nice in there. But yeah, this was another one that left. If you're not familiar with what happened in Ocean City over the summer, it was a pretty messed up year. Between the hotels dropped their prices, the stimulus checks, and nobody was working because Maryland was shut down. So everybody came down here, and there was a ton of fights. There was robberies at the outlets, which was right over there, right there, the outlet sign. And then, yeah, it was a mess. So a lot of businesses suffered from it, and unfortunately, a lot of them are shut down. For this year, this is the most I've ever seen that are shut down. The biggest surprise is at the end of the video. I'll show you. I'm gonna save the best for last. I'll explain it when it happens. I don't want to get into too much detail now, but it's crazy. It'll kind of throw you for a loop. But yep, this one's Doe Roller. So this was another victim of 2020. I forgot to tell you, the Doe Roller, they won't tell us what's going in there. They said it was something contractually they weren't allowed to say, so I guess we'll find out soon enough. They are doing construction pretty fast, so I'm sure it's not going to take long. Whoever's in there is probably going to try to open up before the summer. That's usually what most of them do. Next one is, this is the old, it was English Buffet. Then, if I remember correctly, it turned into, I think it was the Cluckin' Crab. That lasted all of one summer. Then they went out. Last year it was Victoria's Crabhouse. Victoria's does have another one. We're on 15th Street. The next Victoria's is all the way on the other end, the north side of Ocean City, like uptown area. So they had two. This one was one of them, their second location, and they shut down. So now it's up for lease again. But this was English Buffet, Cluckin' Crab last year, Victoria's. So practically right next door to the old Victoria's English Cluck and Crab, whatever you want to call it. This one is Anthony's. Anthony switched hands. They sold it. So the rumor that I heard was the Harrison Group was the one that bought it. I'm not sure how true it is, but that's just what I've heard. They said they're not changing anything at all. So everything that Anthony's had, they said all of it is staying the same. So that's, yep, here it is. Yeah, so it is a Harrison Group. Okay, so that's been confirmed. So we do know the Harrison Group bought it. But this is Anthony's. So from Anthony's to the next spot, it's not far. I'm sure some of you might be surprised by it, but a lot of us here are not too surprised, I guess. I don't know. Wait and see what you think. Okay, hold on. Side note, Vinny's right there. They've been closed for a while, but they've advertised the restaurant for sale. I think, what, all like 2019, I think?
I can't remember.
2019, definitely 2020. And it's finally sold, so something's going in there.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. We don't know what it is or haven't heard anything about it. All right, here it is. It is Embers. Embers Seafood Buffet. As many of you know, it's been around since they opened in like 1975 or something like that. It was one of the first all-you-can-eat buffets in Ocean City. Blu Crabhouse, they also owned Madfish in the commercial harbor, West Ocean City, the one that burnt down. So Embers is closing, but they are reopening. What they were saying is they're just going to revamp the whole thing. They were talking about pushing it out that way, adding like a beachy area or something to it. I'm not too sure what they plan on doing. That area doesn't look too big, but it would be cool to see what they do. But yep, Embers is shut down for now until they demo it and then reopen the new one. We're trying to get the info on Embers right now. Their Madfish is also owned by them, like I was saying, but they're not calling it Madfish anymore. They're calling it Pier 23. That's like a container, what was it? Like container, like a bunch of containers? Container food port. Whatever that means. I have no idea. But that's what it's gonna be. So
Ember site is into a versatile space that will include the family's other restaurant, Blu Crabhouse, along with the miniature golf course.
So they're just updating it. That's what it sounds like. So we're coming up onto the next one. This one was it was Rare and Rye, the steakhouse, and then pulling right here real quick, skirt, flying here. So it was Rare and Rye. They closed down. Then they said the Facebook post that I saw said that it was pretty much they blamed it on the management company. It was their fault, and that's why they had to close down. So yeah, the management company is awesome. It's the same management company that runs the Coastal Smokehouse, all the Ocean Pines stuff. The food is really good, so I don't think it was them. Just my take on it, I think it was probably the owners. But then it turned into Sanibel's Oceanside 32. That lasted about a year, and now the new one they're saying is, what does the sign say? Coming soon, Ocean 13. I think Ocean 13 has another place on the boardwalk, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but it sounds familiar. All right, the next one is not too far away. We're pretty much just driving Coastal Highway, starting from down at the inlet and then just working our way up. Pretty much once you get past, I would say like uptown Ocean City, everything there is pretty much all the same, but there are some big surprises coming up. So this one was a little confusing to me. It's dry 85, but it was also dry 85 and red wine. I never understood it. I think the red wine was on that side. I can't remember. But I heard it all the time on the radio, advertising. They were everywhere. They pushed the red wine the most, and they're gone. So I have no clue what happened. They just switched the sign and that was it. But this one's dry 85. It's bourbon beer provisions is what the sign says. So dry 85 and red wine. And this one is right next to Secrets, almost across the street. It's a Secrets radio tower. Secrets is right there. Everybody knows Secrets. All right, on to the next one. So we're at 54th Street. And the next one is, it's just a quick drive by. I'm not going to stop in there. It's Alley Oops. That was owned by, it was the Ocean City Brewing Company. And there was a lot of, I guess, controversy of what happened with that one. The owner allegedly was buying cheap jerseys online and then faking the autographs and selling them. So he got caught. He got arrested. He's in jail. His mother apparently was watching the restaurant and I guess just kind of fell on hard times or something, and they ended up going bankrupt. It went up for auction. There was rumors that it was going to be another sort of brew house or something along the same lines that was going in there, and then Alley Oops bought it. Alley Oop, that's their Alley Oop's second location. So they just opened that one, just finished it late last year. This out, we're at the Hooked Shopping Center. It's South Moon Under, the clothing store. In the end, it says coming soon, Magnolia Rifle Kids. I have no idea what that is. Okay. Next up, Mother's Cantina. The new one. There's two here. So this one was, it was 3 anchors. The restaurant that actually never even opened. And then it became Mother's. So that's all we know. They spent all winter working on it and it's open now. So it's the new Mother's. It's by 77th Street, Hungry Seagull and Bayside Skillet. Speaking of Hungry Seagull, there's another one here. I'm not sure if it's open or not. It was Big Mama's sub shop. I'm not sure if it's still here or not. I haven't seen the signs for it or the advertising, but that might be another one that fell victim to it. Earlier I was talking about the English buffet with Victoria's Crabhouse. Victoria's other location is right there, and that's always been there. It's a pink building with the big crab on it. The crab out on the sign like spins around real slow. So that's that. All right, on to the next one. So this one, besides Doe Roller, is probably the saddest one, and it sucks. This one kind of shocked everybody, but it is BJ's on the Water. They're closed. So what happened was their Facebook post pretty much said that with Billy's health and with COVID and everything else that happened over 2020, they decided to retire. So Billy and Maddy retired. That's the end of it. This place is iconic, Ocean City. It's been here forever. It just sucks to see him go. Really nice people too. So this is it, BJ's on the Water. I can't remember who's looking into buying it. It is a big company down here. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But what they were looking at doing was, I think they were gonna like backfill some of this with sand or something. Can't remember. But it was pretty much they were gonna redo the whole building, and it was gonna be much bigger. Yeah, that's their plan. There's tons of information on Google. Just do a quick Google search and you'll see what they're doing. But they used to feed the ducks, was it at 1 o'clock, I think, something like that. Legendary duck feeding is what they said. So it's sad. BJ's on the water. If they see this, I certainly wish them a happy retirement. They earned it. They did a really good job. The food here was incredible. The music was always fun here, with the music playing right inside, and it was great. So that's the last of it. That's the last one, and then the big surprise is coming up next, and you'll see what I'm talking about, which is it is a surprise. It was a shock. So here it comes. All right, here's the biggest shock of them all. I actually just found out about this on social media. It's not in the newspapers. I didn't even see it on the news, local news, nothing. Everybody's just been quiet about it. Okay, here we go. Here is the Inlet Village. But the building's gone. And I think they're tearing these down too. Everything's switching, changing. From what I know, it's supposed to be like a open, like, I don't know, seating food concept. If you remember, there was a building all right here and all that too. This used to be the, man, what was it? I think it was like it was a dog store. That one sold like a bunch of like military stuff. That one, I can't remember. Yeah, the dog store used to be right here. The Frog Bar is right there. That's getting renamed to, I think it's Bandito's Bar and Grill. And there's another place going in here too. So it's supposed to be like an outdoor, like kind of seating food market. So totally different than the shops that were here before. This was the most surprising to me. I know it was dated. No one really ever, I didn't see anybody like shop here a lot. It was nice to walk around though. But the view's great because you have Assateague Island right there. But yeah, it's totally different world down here now. From what I understand, it's I think it's the Harrison Group that owns it. So that's what they decided to switch it to.